Firstly, if India wants to lead the world, it has to be higher education. But higher education stands on the shoulder of school education. If the school education does not improve in terms of quality, higher education will not find enough students to guide. I had the privilege of chairing the Central Advisory Board of Education's subcommittee on universal secondary education, which Dr. Shashi Tharoor referred. Actual data is out of 100 children admitted in grade 1, only 36 reach 10th standard, and 19% is the called productivity ratio of Indian education. Kerala at 57% and Bihar at 6% is the two extreme ends. Coming back to what is important is what can be done in that kind of a context. Obviously, because of RT, the number of students are substantially increasing in the schools. My first important point, all that noise, I call it capital noise, which you see in Delhi, is about 10% schools who are in the private sector, which is fee charging high profile schools. 90%, more precisely 92% children are still serviced by the government funded schools. Indian school education quality can improve only when we are able to reach the government schools. I wanted to experiment on how to implement policy. I picked up a group of villages, cluster of villages, and I worked for, now it is 20 years. The important point is when Indian dropout rate is at 30% and West Bengal, whatever you know from the newspaper and Amartya Sen's kind of figuring, West Bengal is an educationally backward state actually, in terms of our definition, technical definition. I worked with them and I'll come back how we did it. That cluster of villages, 42 primary schools, its dropout rate is 4% when Kerala is at 7%, West Bengal is at 35% and India is at 28%. It's the same government schools, and in my lighter mode I say West Bengal does not have a human being. It has either CPM or Trinamool or Congress or now BJP. Despite that kind of teacher, when they are encouraged and enthused, they can do it. And this 4% dropout rate has sustained over 10 long years. We do not know why we are not able to go below 4%, that I admit. And it is not a statistics and data because we are the villagers, it's pure ethnographic data. Absolutely true, who is the dropout? Now the important question is, what is the key to it? Key to it is inspiring, encouraging, recognizing, respecting teachers. Once one of my minister, Dr. Agarwal will know him, Professor Partho, they asked me, how are you achieving this? I want to come and see it. I said, sir, you are most welcome, but you won't be able to see any magic. He said, then how do you do it? I asked a question, would you be able to respect a teacher? He said, what do you mean? I said, sir, if a teacher enters your room, would you please stand up? No minister could not think of that. For teacher, this is something of a great encouragement. I basically used an inspirational model where I've instilled in them what they can do. They are very superior and senior officers cannot do. We have a simple example. If there are teachers here, we cannot handle 2 children. And imagine a teacher takes care of bubbling energy of 7-year-old children, 40 of them. Imagine. I used to tell that you come and take care of their energy, I'll teach you better than you. So normally my teachers used to say, how do you teach college principals? I say, only when people have lost all their energy, they become principal. Exceptions are there, I'm seeing. So if there's no energy, I can teach them. But I can't teach young children, give me 2 other people to take care. Coming to the next point, from there I realized that when I'm building these children with quality, when they are going to secondary education, they're getting lost because I'm not working with them and I found it very difficult. Forgive me for my experience. Primary teachers are most educable, secondary teachers are less educable, and college teachers are non-educable. Well, they know everything already under the sun. This is my personal experience of last 50 years I worked in this field. Coming back, we started creating a sample model school for the village, rural, deprived children to show to my primary teachers what is the next generation school. My first 2 things was teaching is banned in the school. Second is discipline is a very filthy word. It shouldn't be used in this school. My government, West Bengal government got very worried. That appointed a curriculum review committee, which you know in the newspaper. They came all the way to my village. I said, come and see, they are learning. They are absolutely thrilled. India has 97% take to private tuition. What we did was no textbook home, no homework for the children, so that no private tuition. Now, when the West Bengal Government Committee came there, they picked up that idea. Now it has become for standard 1 and 2, there is no homework, there is no textbook home. Question is, we need to innovate this way kind of thing. Similarly, my last point on this, world over, a supervised school is a better school for normal government schools. I'm not talking of, DPS RK Puram. Now the question is, government has not increased the supervisory staff in proportion to the expansion of education. I innovated a very small thing. I invited outstanding teachers who have just retired. Government goes by seniority. I said no seniority. Their popularity was when they go to supervise the school, children ask them to teach, and teachers sit down there. Now, this input, Gujarat government came to me and looked for their way out of it. They have now picked up a small innovation of my village cluster. Today has been implemented in 80,000 primary elementary schools of Gujarat. Now the question is, we need to, what in the morning also everybody talks thinking out of the hat. Unfortunately, hat is so tight that people find it very difficult to remove and leave alone thinking. So question is, small experiments need to be done. When people ask me, what about upscalability? I say, I'm not concerned. I'm a gardener of 42 schools, 42 plants, they are doing very well. If you like my experiment, you do it. I'll come and help you, but don't ask me to upscale. But now these experiments are being upscaled. My point is, secondary education has to be improved with whole lot of new generation innovations, and especially using technology that has gone deeper into the regions, everywhere it has reached, especially mobile and handheld technology.